people will be like, well, then if it was that bad, then why didn't you just walk out? Well, baby, I gotta pay my rent.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted me to put my homie Paris Goebel on the chopping block, specifically for the Job Savage and Fenty, which, do you know the Job Savage and Fenty?
I saw the project. It was like that big multi-layered performance for the fashion show.
Yes,
okay.
of 2021, right?
So was there an issue?
There were multiple issues, but we have to get down to the key issues, right? We're not concerning Paris. Now, she could have helped it, and maybe she did in her way. I don't know everything that goes on with her.
Yeah.
But she had me on the job, and she could have made a choice not to. And for the last 3 to 4 years, and this is why I love her and I will hold her down, and I'll also hold her accountable.
Yeah.
But if it weren't for her, I would not have an advocacy platform.
How so?
To be pretty honest, because for the last 3 to 4 years, despite how much I've been loud, despite how much I've been out there, she's seen me through all of it.
Yeah.
And she's still given me work. She's probably one of the only choreographers in the industry right now that's given me work, like single-handedly, majority. And she knows that this is what I care about. She knows that when I get on a job and I see something not being done right, I'm gonna be like, and that's exactly what I did. And I did that the first year in 2019 when I got asked to do Savage and Fenty show.
Yeah.
And it turned out very, very bad. First and foremost, which was inappropriate, was, you know, we were asked through Paris to work as locals, and we thought we'd be okay with it, but we didn't count the cost of what that meant, you know?
Locals, wherever it was filming?
New York.
Oh, so that means you had to pay for your own hotel and all that?
Had to pay for our own room, had to pay for where we were staying, had to pay for our transportation.
That basically takes the whole rate.
Right, but what we didn't know when we agreed to work as locals, that is, it would be a SAG job. And we didn't find that out until we got there. We also didn't find out that it was gonna be multiple recording artists that were performing with us, and that it was going to be on something as big as Amazon Prime.
Which means you guys were supposed to get bigger rates?
Yeah. Not just that, but like there's a whole lot of care that should come with us, what we were doing, you know? We're dancing, half get in these rehearsals, you know? And I'm not saying it was all bad. Again, not every job is all bad, because like people will be like, well, then if it was that bad, then why didn't you just walk out? Well, baby, I gotta pay my rent.
Yeah. Right.
But, and there's not a lot of opportunities that came by like this. And so when I compared the pros and cons, I was thinking, you know, I get to dance with all of these talented women of all shapes and sizes and ethnicities, and what this is gonna be. The reason why I dance is not for a check only or for the treatment only. I dance because of the impact that I can make on somebody's life that is a non-dance artist, and the legacy that I can leave and the imprint that I can leave on the colleagues that work with me.
Yes.
That is magic. That is what's so wonderful about what we do.